Hard to believe here we are again with another mission to Mars, and there's so much excitement surrounding this historic mission. Now joining us from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Dr. Leslie Tamppari. And Dr. Leslie, what are you most excited for with the upcoming launch?
Well, we're planning to launch on July 30th. And if the weather looks good, the launch should go off that day. As a person who studies the weather myself, I'm really excited for the weather station that we're going to fly on this rover. It's the most comprehensive weather station that we've ever flown to the surface of Mars. It'll measure surface pressure, temperature, relative humidity, winds, the dust in the atmosphere, both the amount and the particle sizes, and it'll also measure the amount of solar heating that reaches the surface. So it's really exciting to be able to have such a comprehensive instrument. And we're really interested in trying to understand not only the current weather and climate, but also try to use that to understand the past weather and climate on Mars. We know that Mars is dry and cold today, but in the past there was evidence for a lot of water. There was liquid water, standing lakes, flowing rivers, rainfall, perhaps, so all these kinds of things, and we think it was a habitable environment. So we're really trying to understand, how did Mars's climate change from that wet environment to today's dry environment?
That's so exciting about the weather station. How long did your team work on perfecting it? I'm sure there's a lot of trial and error to get it to the point where it can withstand whatever it comes in contact with in Mars.
Yes, well, it takes many years to put together such a mission. In fact, we proposed instruments back in about 2014, and after a selection of instruments, the spacecraft starts getting built and the instruments get built, and it takes 6 years or so to bring it to where we are now. So that's really a unique part of this mission. The other really unique thing is that this is the first step in the Mars sample return plans. So not only can we drive up to the sediments and study everything right there, but we can collect a choice set of samples to save, and then another spacecraft would come and retrieve those samples and take them back to Earth.
Oh, so exciting. Now, another thing is we're going to be seeing this mission go pairing with future missions like the Artemis mission moving forward. And what do you hope with the Perseverance combined with the Artemis we're going to do for space exploration and humans in space in the future?
Right. Yeah, so of course Artemis is planned to send humans back to the moon, but of course someday we might be sending humans to Mars. So what we want to know about Mars is we want to know more about the weather. Of course, we need to understand winds, because if you're landing on Mars or launching from Mars, you need to understand the winds so that you can either build your spacecraft robustly enough to handle anything, or launch at the right time during low wind conditions. We also need to know about the dust on Mars. Mars is a very, very dusty planet. We know that there are continental scale dust events every year on Mars. So understanding the dust, why those dust storms occur, when they might occur, would be really helpful to humans for both human health and also equipment. The other thing that Perseverance has in particular, which is sort of getting ready for humans on Mars, is an instrument called MOXIE. MOXIE is basically an example instrument that's going to prove out the technology that we can make oxygen from the Martian atmosphere. Martian atmosphere is about 95% carbon dioxide, and so we can take out that oxygen out of that carbon dioxide and make it for humans on Mars.
That was Dr. Leslie Tamppari joining us from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And if you want to follow along with the launch or get more information, you can always head over to weathernationtv.com.